Hello. Today we're going to be talking about creating a buyer's tour. The purpose of a buyer's tour is to truly meet the needs of today's buyer, both with information about the properties as well as factual information about the buying process. We found that today's buyers are more and more utilizing the internet and other electronics to search for properties. A buyer's tour allows a typical buyer to view the chosen listings in detail with all of the photos, along with a map of the tour and full data about the process of buying a property. It also allows the buyer to rate each listing from 1 to 5 stars and to make notes of each home. All of this can be done from the buyer's phone or tablet. Based on how the agent presents the tour to a buyer, it can also be a history of what has been toured. Since the tour is fed by the local MLS, the status of the listings will be automatically updated. Now, the real first step is to create the basic buyer's tour and save it as a template. This video does not cover that process, but if you email me, benfuller@howardhanna.com, I will place this same basic tour in your library, and I'll include a link with instructions to save it as a template. But before we create a tour, let's take a quick look at some of the aspects of a sample tour. In this tour, first page we see a map of the properties and the properties listed up above. When we click on the individual property, we can see all of the photos and all of the details of the property. Up at the top, we see 5 stars. If a buyer clicks on the stars, they can rate the property and then make a note. And then, of course, save it. The properties can be displayed with the map or as individual properties in columns so that the buyer can rate bedrooms to bedrooms and so forth. And again, they can make notes all along the way. Just by clicking on the property, they come up with the same 5-star access to notes. The rest of the process is about the buying process, how to buy a house, earnest money deposit, and so forth. This is tailor-made by you, and we're always available to help you. So let's get started with creating one of our own. We start by going to Go HannaP. Click on HannaP Presentations, and then again on HannaP Presentations. Now, the search for the property should probably take place within Real Scout, and your client will tell you what they want to view. You will then set up the showings by contacting the listing agents and so forth. We're not covering that, again, in this process. We're just creating the tour. And so you're going to need to know which properties you will be viewing. You'll need the MLS numbers for those properties. From your dashboard, you're going to click up here on Create New. You're going to come down here to where it says Buyer Tour. Click Continue. Now we need to choose the template. And again, this you should have already saved. Buyer Tour template right here. Click it. Click Continue. Notice that you're drawing your information from the proper MLS. Name your tour. It helps if you spell it correctly. Okay. Hit create. Wait for it. On the first page, you see we have our title, and we have this photo over here which you can change if you wish. I always do. And I have a special photo that I like to use. The clients like it. Next, we click on Search. And you have already determined which properties you're going to look at, perhaps like the next day. So in this case, we're going to click on MLS, and we're going to key in the MLS numbers followed by a comma and a space into this bar. Click the magnifying glass, and the properties will appear. Now you notice up here on the toolbar where it says listings, there's a 0. You need to click on the photo of each property to add it to the tour. Also notice that this particular listing has a video icon. So included in this listing is a video tour of the property. Once you have all your properties entered and you've clicked on the photos, click on listings, and a map will appear on the right. The listings will appear on the left. Look at the map and you'll see that the order is just not correct. That's illogical. Click on the button that says Change Order, and we look at the map, and I'm going to start down here. So number 5 needs to become number 1. Merely click it and drag it all the way up to the top. One more. There we go. So now we're starting here. 2, 3. That could work. When you have them in the order that you like, and again, this is going to be predicated on talking to the listing agent, timing, and so forth. When you have it in the order that you're going to see the properties, click Save Order. Then we're going to move over here to Pages. These are the pages from the template. If you wish to change the order, you can just click and drag. But again, we've set this template up, so we're happy with it. So the next step is literally click on the Send button, enter the email address, and as you start to type it, you should see it on a drop-down list down below. Your client should be in Engage. HannaP Presentations talks to Engage. You will probably want to say a little more than that, but for the purposes of this illustration, send it. You're going to leave this box checked so you get a copy of it. Click the Send button, and you're done. It has been mailed to your client, and you're ready to go. Again, do not hesitate to email me, benfuller@howardhanna.com, and I'll be happy to drop this sample tour into your HannaP presentations. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. Thanks.